Hello, James Graney here from internetbizuni.com, and in today's video I will be answering the questions that I've received from you in past videos. So what I do, I go through the past videos on YouTube, look at the comments and answer any questions that I have to go in more depth on. And in today's video I will be answering questions mainly around creating your product launch on Amazon, creating a launch that will get you to the top of Amazon without breaking your terms of service. But I'm going to jump in just a moment and answer these three questions. But how this really came about was that I do go through all the different questions that I receive on videos, and any question that there's a quick answer to, I just simply write it down. But what I was doing in the past was anyone that was taking a detailed answer, I was like, oh, I can't go and just write all this now. So I was just leaving it. I was like, I'll do it later. And I just wasn't getting around to doing it. So sorry if I haven't answered any of your questions. This is the way that I'm going to answer your questions in more detail going forward. Any questions that require more detail, I'm going to simply put into a video like this and just answer them for you. Anything around Amazon FBA. So if you do have any questions in regards to Amazon FBA or creating your own private label branded products, then drop them down in the comments below this video and I will get around to answer them either in the comments if it's a simple answer or by answering them on a future video like this one. Okay, so now I'm just going to jump in and answer the questions that I have today. The first question comes in from Scott Orr, and the question writes, "Hiya James, suppose we didn't know anything about your videos and entered a saturated market a year ago. Asking for a friend, haha. What is the best strategy to grow? I've been told everything from don't worry about it and just do your own thing, all the way to you're going to lose everything, give up while you're behind. The last option isn't possible for me, so what next? Thanks." So Scott, this totally depends on how saturated the market is that you're in. And although it's impossible for me to tell you to stay or to, quit out of this market without even seeing your product or seeing the market you're in, I'm going to give you some guidelines so that you can follow for anyone who, has entered a saturated market, what you should do to prove if your product is a viable one. The first thing you should do, whatever market you're in, you should get at least 10 product reviews on your product, because Amazon is so heavily dependent on product reviews. Amazon customers come in and they expect reviews on your product. If a product has more reviews than yours, they simply purchase this one because it looks more trustworthy. So it's impossible for your product to do well, no matter how amazing your product is, if you don't have at least a few reviews. And I say give it 10 reviews just to give it a good chance. Then what you want to do is go and create a launch for your product. Because again, without having a launch, without getting a burst of sales on your product isn't going to rank on page 1 in a saturated market. Again, depending on how many products you're up against and how many units per day these products are selling, then this will depend how big your launch will need to be. So for an example, if you're competing on page 1 or trying to get to page 1 of Amazon, but all of the products on Amazon are selling 20 units a day, then you will want to sell at least 20 units a day in order to outrank the products on page 1 already. Do this for around 3 days. So again, find out how many sales you need to make and then do it for 3 days. Drive these sales to your listing for at least 3 days and get your product ranked onto page 1. Once you have your reviews in place, once your product is ranked on page number 1 of Amazon, then you will be able to see if it sticks on page 1 or if it's worth pushing it back up again. Because if you're in a highly saturated market, what's going to happen is you're going to create your launch, you're going to get your product sent up to page 1 of Amazon, but it's just going to bounce straight back when you do. If there's a lot of competition, and if your competition just start outselling you straight away. So what you need to do, you need to have your listing well set up. I'm going to just take it that your listing is fully optimized, that your pictures are good, and that you have all of your keywords in your back end. But once you have this, then simply go out, get 10 reviews, at least 10 reviews on your product, then create a product launch, getting your product up onto page number 1, and then just see how it fares out when it's up on page number 1. See if you're starting to make organic sales. Again, I wouldn't keep reordering the same product if the price is simply just way bet down on page number 1. So if you want to be selling your product at, $30 and all of the products on page number 1 are selling at $15, then it's going to be extremely hard to keep your product up on page 1 unless your product is very unique from these products. If your product is simply the exact same, then it's going to be very difficult to expect a customer to pay $30 for yours when they can get the exact same product for $15. So again, look into ways of differentiating your product going forward if you do want to stay in this market, and simply do your product launch, get your product to page number 1 and see how it does. Don't just keep reordering blind if you have the same product as your competitors, or if you're finding it extremely difficult to keep your product selling organically on page number 1 of Amazon. And these are steps that you need to do even if you're not in a saturation market, so don't worry about it. If you haven't got 10 reviews, you're going to have to do this with, whatever product you go into to give it a really good shot of succeeding on Amazon. Go out and just work to get 10 reviews on your product and then create a product launch to get your product to page number 1. Again, this is something you will have to do with whatever product you do. It's just if you're in a saturated market, it's going to be more difficult to get your product to page number 1 and to stick on page number 1 for your main keywords. So I hope that answered your question, Scott. And now I'm just going to jump on to the next question. So the next question comes in from Robert Blake. And the question asks, great video again. Thank you for this. I have a great email list of 2,300 Amazon customers and would like to introduce my new product to these buyers. However, do not want to work against Amazon's terms of service and still rank using the email promotion we will offer. Could you please make a video explaining the best way to do this in 2018? So Robert, just reading through your question, basically what you're asking is how to launch products using email list without breaking Amazon's terms of service. Well, this is very simple. If you have the email list, then you will simply start emailing these customers as soon as you have their email address. And the best way to do this is if they have purchased a past product, just ask them about their experience with the past product. Ask them, do they like it or have they had any issues with it that you can help them with? Then start introducing your new product slowly to them. So start letting them know that you're developing a product at the moment, and this could be, 2 weeks out or even further. Just start letting them know that you're developing a product that they may be interested in. But again, you're not pushing your product at this early stage. You're just saying it's in development stage, and you can start bringing in features and benefits about this new product and why it's unique and why it's better than what's already out there with similar products. And just simply start sending out an email once every 2 or 3 days to this list. And then on the day that you want to actually start your launch on Amazon, you can email them letting them know that your product is on sale. So when you put your product on sale, and I think this might be what you're a bit confused about in the question, is what I do is I put my product actually on sale on Amazon, so all of Amazon's customers can benefit from it. You'll have your main price and then you'll have your sale price, so there's no coupon codes, nothing like that exchanged. You just have your product on sale, and then you just simply notify your list. So as I've said, you should have built up your list to this, letting them know that you've been developing a product and now your product is available. So you will email the 2,300 people or whatever size your email list is, saying that your product is on sale and how long it's going to be on sale for. So again, what you should probably do is do your sale for around 3 days. Works well, letting them know on each day of the sale, sending them an email saying, it's day 2 of the sale now and it's day 3 of the sale, the final day. On the last day, letting them know that they can purchase your product at the sales price. And again, you can discount your product as much as you want. You're giving the discount to all of Amazon's customers. So if your product usually sells for $30, you could set your discount price for $15, and just let them know you're getting 50% off when you purchase the product today on Amazon, and then just simply send the link to your Amazon product so that they can go over and purchase it. This is in no way breaking Amazon's terms of service. But maybe, the next part of it is following up with them for reviews. Maybe that's what you're concerned about. And if that's the case, then you can, again, just simply, if it's your own email list, just simply ask them, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days after the sale, could they review your product? Saying we had a sale. If you have purchased it, we would love to hear what you think of our new product. Can you review it? And again, you can leave a link so that they can go ahead and click on the link and go over to Amazon and review your product. Again, none of this is breaching Amazon's terms of service. You're simply promoting your product to your email list, and then you're asking them for their feedback. You're not incentivizing any reviews. You're not asking them to leave a positive review, anything like that. You're simply creating a sale for your product and then following up with your customer, asking them their experience and asking them if they wouldn't mind leaving a review on your product. So good work in building your email list of 2,300 people. This is a great start to have for your brand, and your brand is in a great position to launch product number 2. So Robert, I wish you all of the best of luck with your second product launch on Amazon. And I hope that I've answered your question in this video, but if I haven't, then again, just leave the question below in the comments in this video and I will go into more detail answering it, because I may have missed the point in it, but I think that is what you're referring to in this question. So I'm just going to jump in now into the third question that I received, and that is from Chris Young. Chris Young asks, would you recommend sharing the product link when launching it in your Amazon brand Facebook page, or encourage the members to search for the words on Amazon instead? Thanks for the great videos. So that comes in from Chris Young, and it's a great question. So Chris, what you are better off doing, of course, is your customers searching for your product's search term, if they're able to do that. So again, what I mean by this, I wouldn't chance just sending an email out to people saying search for the keywords, because a lot of them aren't going to do it. Whereas if there's a link, a lot of them will click on it. But if you know the people, if you know that they're going to purchase, so if they've been writing messages to you asking you when is your product coming out, they're really excited by it, and you know they're going to purchase when they see your product, then you should give them your main search terms plus your brand name and ask them to search for this in Amazon. Because basically your product will be ranked way down on Amazon when you first launch it. So if you simply just give them your search terms to search for in Amazon, then they're going to enter these into Amazon and you're going to be like down on page 10. So they're going to have to click through everything. So if you give them your search terms and your brand name, they will search this in this Amazon search and you will still get credit for them finding your product when using your search terms. Even though your brand name is in it, it will still count as them going in, searching for your keyword and purchasing your product. And this is a great way to do it. This will give you an extra boost in the algorithm. But again, if you were sending this out, to your email list, if you had, like the previous question, an email list of 2,000 people, then it's a bit risky asking them to go and search for your product to purchase it, because most people aren't going to do that. So that's why leaving a link is the best way to do it. So you can do it both ways. You can leave a link to your brand page or to your product listing on your Facebook page, or if you know that someone's going to purchase your product, then I would give them the search terms plus your brand name to go and search for on Amazon, as this will improve your rank further than them simply clicking on the link and going ahead and purchasing your product, because this will look like an organic sale. This will look like someone's just came into Amazon, searched for the search terms, found your product and purchased it ahead of all of the competition. So this does improve your ranking further than simply purchasing from a link. And I go through all of my findings in regards to Amazon's algorithm and how all of this works in further detail. And I will link up that video down here in the description below this video so that you can go and check it. I go into massive depth in that video on how Amazon's algorithm works, just simply from selling on Amazon and seeing the difference that sales have made coming from different areas. So I go through all of that in this video, and I will link that up in the description below so you can check that out. But that's it for this video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope that I've answered some of your questions. If you have any other questions Amazon FBA related, leave them below this video and I will get around to answering them either in a future video or in the comments below. If you haven't started your own private label branded products on Amazon yet, then why not? What's stopping you? Is it that you need a step-by-step course? If so, I have the unique private label course. It's currently open. It won't stay open forever because I cannot continue to let people in all of the time. I do all of the customer service, so I will have to stop it with a few more people into the course because I do all of the phone calls with them, all of the customer service, so I can't leave it open forever. But it is open at the moment. You can check all of the videos that are inside by clicking down on the unique private label course down in the description, and I am working on the advanced private label course all of the time and putting in more and more videos. So that will be open again in the future, and that is for you if you have already started your private label brand but you're looking for ways to grow it further. So that course will be open again in the future. But I hope that you have enjoyed this video today, and I look forward to speaking to you on the next one. Bye.